Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V series V's I've been doing for a little while. I go over there to have food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I was in a bit of a crappy mood, but now I'm pretty happy because of the last review. But we'll get into that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, as can be clearly seen, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And yeah, that's essentially the case today. So I went over there, I got off of work, and as I've been known to do from time to time, and if you watch the channel, you already know this, if I didn't have the best to-goes at work, a lot of times I like to go out and get myself a nice frozen treat, something to just kind of, bring my mood back up a little bit. And I've got a couple of spots that I tend to go to. Sometimes I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. Sometimes I'll go to, well, the place that I went to today, which happens to be, boom, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Ooh. I, in fact, have so many Tropical Smoothie Cafe reviews. I have an entire playlist for just Tropical Smoothie Cafe stuff. And I just got through reviewing this. This is their new caramelized pineapple smoothie. Ooh. Go watch that review if you want my full take on it. But it definitely put me in a better mood. Now, the thing was, that wasn't the only new item that they had on their menu. No, indeed. So, what am I reviewing for you, folks? What are we doing here? It's boom! It's a tiny little box. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but see, my head is enormous, so you can tell. It's a pretty small box. But it's what's inside the box that counts. And it's, boom, it's a little tiny slider. It's adorable. But what is this? This is their brand new Hawaiian barbecue slider, which consists of smoked pulled pork, Hawaiian pineapple sauce, pickled red onion, slaw mix, mayo on a toasted King's Hawaiian slider bun. Ooh. Now, what with it having pineapple sauce, this might also end up in my pineapple playlist, which is a playlist for just pineapple-related stuff. Depends on how big a role it plays. But it's so silly and adorable. I have to admit, I did not think it was going to be this tiny. But it is. It is the tiny. It's a little bitty thing. Okay, let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like, it's we'll do it like this. Kind of like maybe that. Alright, let's give it a go, man. I do love slaw on a pulled pork. I'm not gonna lie. Wendy's used to do pulled pork. They had like 3 pulled pork sandwiches, and one of them had slaw on it. I loved it. Okay. It's actually ain't half bad. And mind you, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, they tend to have good food. I've reviewed plenty of their food stuff. Usually it's really solid. I'm happy to see that this continues on with that. I just didn't, okay, pulled pork and how's that gonna work in their repertoire? But actually, no, it's pretty nice. The pulled pork itself, it's tender, it's flavorful, it's got a little bit of a barbecue-y thing to it. Not too strong though, which I'm glad about. Wouldn't want it to completely override things. I wouldn't say it's exceptional pulled pork or anything like that. Not too long ago, I reviewed a Mac Stack from a local place called Aunt Tina's, and that was basically pulled pork piled on top of mac and cheese. Go watch that review if you want some real proper pulled pork. But it actually isn't half bad. There it is. That bite I got more of the pineapple in it. I will say, I don't know that I'm going to put it in the pineapple playlist. Because you do get parts of it. But the thing is, there's so much flavor going on here. Like, you get a nice burst of it, and it's really tasty. You know, it's got a nice little tropical vibe to it. And then almost immediately, you get hit with the slaw and the mayo, and then just sort of a slight undercurrent of the barbecue sauce. Honestly, the barbecue is, well, actually, is it even a barbecue sauce? Or is it just, no, it's just smoked pork, or smoked pulled pork. So I don't know if that's got to be the pineapple sauce. Okay, so the pineapple sauce you're getting, okay, that makes more sense in my head now. So yeah, I would say probably the most prominent flavor is the slaw with the mayo. When that really kicks in, and it's not like a super tangy mayo either. It's almost, it's very creamy and a little bit sweet with the slaw. And then that with the pineapple. This is honestly really nice. To the extent where I wish I'd either got another one, or I wish it came in a bigger sandwich. Because no, that's actually really solid. Like, everything about that works in my head. Slaw goes great with pulled pork. Pineapple goes great with pulled pork. You've got the whole Hawaiian thing going on. I'm down for all of that. It's full of flavor. I wish it was in a bigger package, because I think, for one thing, it'd just be more, and I'm this guy. But even going beyond that, I think it'd be nice to have a little bit more, just so that the pulled pork could play a little stronger role. Because, yeah, once that slaw and that mayo kick in, that definitely takes over. But you do still get some of the sweetness from the pineapple sauce and some of the savoriness, you know, mild smokiness from the pulled pork. But it's really nice. Like, it's got a lot of flavor. There's some complexity to it, and the flavors all work. Like, it's honestly really nice. All right, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. Like, my genuine inclination is to go over there and go get another one. I'm not going to do that because I have other stuff to do, but, like, this for me works really well because it's all flavors that I like. It's all flavors that I think go really well together. About the only thing I would say in terms of, like, somewhat mild negative connotation is, like, it is one of those things where, you know, I think they did a good job of putting it together, and especially, you know, again, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. There's definitely part of me that longs for the more penultimate version of this sandwich, you know, prepared by, you know, like a proper chef, or, you know, like a more ritzy establishment, because as much as I like the flavors and everything that's going on here, I would love a more elevated version of this. Even though this, and I'm not trying to, like, dump on this or anything like that. It's nice. It really is. But, you know, the slaw could be a little bit better. You know, the pineapple sauce, a little, you know, little tweaks and stuff that you could do to just bring this up to, like, that really, really nice level. But even as it is, that's super tasty. And the fact that I was able to go over there and get this, you know, early in the morning, and, you know, instead of just having to go get a McMuffin or some shit, like, that's one of the biggest strengths, in my opinion, of Tropical Smoothie Cafe is, you know, their food is available whenever they're open till whenever they close, and it's typically really tasty. And this, for me, is really good. I just wish there was a little bit more of it. And if I'm recommending it, like, absolutely. About the only thing I would say is just, you know, if it sounds appealing to you, it probably will be. Yeah, of course, keep your it's hard to say where your expectations should be on this, because on the one hand, it could, again, be a little bit better. You know, again, tweaks and little things. But on the other end of things, it's also a pulled pork sandwich from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, so I kind of feel like it exceeded expectations there. So, you know, just kind of work with it a little bit. And again, the only thing I would say is just, you know, it's a little bit small. Be a little bit better if it was a bigger sandwich. Like, just go full on with the sandwich. I think that would be great. But Otherwise, I'd absolutely recommend it. It's really tasty. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly pineapple-tastic rest of your life. Because, yeah, it's not the most pineapple ever. It could add more pineapple. But it's always pineapple-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on slaw on a slider? Well, on pulled pork, specifically. Yeah, because like I said, I mean, slaw is a very, even though it's, fairly commonplace here in America, it is one of those things where it is very love it or hate it. And there are people who have very strong opinions on it. I personally, for me, it depends on the type of slaw. I like some KFC slaw quite a bit. Popeyes, not big on their slaw. It depends on how it's presented, what's in it, so. But, you let me know. Anyway, bye.